Okay, so test in 1 2 1 2, test in 1 2 1 2, and waiting for the camera, lights, action, clap. Okay, so welcome back to the flying vlog. I'm today flying the aircraft down to Bournemouth for its annual and engine change. The reason for the engine change is that the engine that is currently in the airplane has approximately 10 hours left. So basically has 1200 hours limit to the air engine, and the newer engine that's going in, it's the same engine but it's one with 2000 hours, so it's a brand new engine that is being installed into the airplane. So obviously there's a few thunder cells around. I can see one that way, so hopefully by the time we get airborne that will be nothing to affect. It looks clear for our departure route. So obviously, you know, I've got no commitments to get to Bournemouth today, so if we have to divert, our option looks to be Biggin Hill, Shoreham, Solent, Southampton. So that's the plan. I'm going to get busy now and prepare for myself for departing. Golf November Yankee lining up runway 28.
Wind is 270, 14 knots.
Golf Foxtrot Whiskey, leaving the area, contact Southern Radar 130.780.
Roger.
That's a lovely day.
Golf Victor Bravo is downwind, runway 28, full stop. Altitude.
Okay, 1000 to go for 2000. Nice big CB behind me.
Central radio, Golf Papa Judah, Charlie, Cursor, checking airfield information.
Charlie, Region 5, runway news is 28, QNH 1005.
Runway 28, QNH 1005, Golf Charlie.
Golf November Yankee climbing away to the east, now going to frequency change to Farnborough. Last 12325, cheerio.
Roger.
Farnborough radar, very good afternoon. Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee traffic service.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Farnborough radar, pass message.
Farnborough radar, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee is north of London City by about 7 miles, remaining outside controlled airspace, tracking 120 degrees. We are VFR, one on board, DA40 from Stapleford to Bournemouth.
Golf November Yankee, QNH 1007, squawk 5021, just again your departure and destination.
It's Stapleford to Bournemouth, Golf November Yankee, and 5021 squawk.
Golf November Yankee, correct basic service check, QNH is 1007.
That's all copied, 1007, basic service for now, Golf November Yankee.
November Yankee, report your altitude.
Level 2000, QNH 1007, Golf November Yankee.
Roger. Golf Charlie Zulu, traffic left up off 11-1, less than a mile, in fact, same level westbound, your visual.
Yeah, traffic inside, Golf Charlie Zulu.
Golf Charlie Zulu, further traffic here, 3 o'clock position, 1.5 miles, similar level, southeastbound.
Yeah, visual Charlie Zulu, yes.
So it's not too bad actually, a bit of turbulence here and there and updrafts from cumulus, but other than that it's not too bad. There's a CB just to our, that's definitely a CB, to the west of us coming this direction. So obviously we're tracking southbound, so we've got Lid, Shoreham, Biggin if we need to divert. So we've got Rochester here, and we're just going across the downs, which explains why it's a bit bumpy. Tracking towards the south coast at the moment. Okay, so this is quite a busy part of the flight because it's always bumpy. I always find this region of the flight is bumpy. Might be able to climb up a little bit, but the clouds don't look too bad. Should be able to get into Bournemouth okay today. Oh, it's quite hard work with a CB that big on my right hand window. You can still feel the effects of it from here. Looking at the route ahead, it's pretty clear. And maybe at some point I'll put the autopilot on. So course is set to 197. Tracking 210 to establish. 50% power. Up and down like a yo-yo today.
Leaving altitude.
As you can see, here's my route that I put in earlier. I'm probably going to stick to that route because the weather doesn't look too bad. Maybe able to climb up. 5 degrees. Obviously the height of the clouds is probably 0. So we're tracking towards the south coast at the moment, VFR. But obviously I put our information in free moving maps. The top one, the bottom one, and the iPad with Skydemon and a Garmin Flow. That's how I navigate around the country. So the reason I've got 2 GPSs here is because it comes as standard with the aircraft, and I always put my flight plan in there, so, you know, any eventuality is covered, such as diversions, keeping outside of airspace, tracking the progress of the flight, etc, etc, etc. The other thing to bear in mind is that Skydemon gives more information in terms of the airspace itself for VFR flights, but it's quite cool to track your flight on there as well, simply because then you've sort of got a three-dimensional view, so to speak. So the reason we got lots of turbulence is because we're flying across something called the South Downs. Now with a 280 degrees wind, it's okay, it's not too bad, it's 15 knots, probably about 25 knots at this height. So that usually gives the bumps and lumps across the downs, because it's going across the downs and it creates the waves of air. It's normally in these sort of conditions, this is what the weather is like. So obviously in the week when I cancelled my flights every day for the last week, it was gust 35. This would have been seriously uncomfortable. Looking over to Europe, there's lots of CBs and towering cumulus, but our route towards Shoreham, which is our next sort of diversionary point, looks clear. So I'm going to take a shortcut. Direct needle.
Leaving altitude. Leaving altitude.
So I've done 50% power, that's another thing. Because it's bumpy, reduces the speed and makes it less exciting and more comfortable for me. So we're just south of Gatwick now, southeast of Gatwick, tracking to the north of Shoreham. So we then get the South Downs, and then over the water towards the Solent area, and then into Bournemouth. Tracking that very nicely, but just my altitude keeping's awful. And Farnborough Radar Golf November Yankee.
November Yankee, Farnborough.
Are you bandboxed with Farnborough West?
Negative, no.
Okay, no problem. We're looking to go into Bournemouth with Solent radar with a zone transit. I was wondering if you could pre-arrange that with them. They're expecting us.
Yeah, we'll get that teed up.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day on the south coast, other than the showers and little puffy things that are floating around. That is a big CB across London. It's not too big, but it is big. It's very close to the yellow in the bumps, I've noticed that, and even 50% power sort of is better than 70% power, because I'm sure you just saw there, if you can see on your screen, I'll zoom into the area. So 125 knots, which is about now as the cruise. Normally I do that at 70% power, but obviously today I'm doing it at 50% power, and it's variation of between 10 and 7 knots. Route ahead looks clear. So just a little bit of information. In the forecast for the TAF for Bournemouth before I departed, it changed. So the 11 o'clock TAF or 12 o'clock lunchtime TAF came out, and it was stating that there should be rain showers of cumulonimbus around, and that's nothing that I am interested in. It's okay, I mean, you can see here there was a CB as we departed, but you can assess the situation when they're very scattered. I use a few tools, I use windy for the rainfall radar, which is just a different way of looking at the Met Office data. I then look at the forecast on the Met Office app, and I then look at the Met Office rainfall radar to sort of get a picture within the last 15 minutes of the flight. So that 15-minute picture sort of lets me know where the weather is. And as I looked at the radar, it was showing the weather pretty much as you saw as we departed from Heathrow. As we departed Stapleford to our west coming out. That was actually the route I was going to change to. But obviously I looked at the last 15 minutes. So it's moving at 15 knots, which approximately is West London to Stapleford, 15 miles. Sorry, 20 miles or thereabouts. So you can sort of have a rough picture of where the weather's moving in an aircraft where you don't have storm scope working. It's in-op, as you can see here. And when you don't have a weather radar. Hopefully things change in the UK in the next few years, and that, you know, this aircraft I can have downlink, satellite, uplink, whatever, and actually track where the cells are within 5 minutes like they do in the US. As I'm sure you're aware, if you watch the likes of Steve Nevo, Nico's Wings, Matt Guffmiller, they all have weather radar and they all fly to the limit. Farmer radar, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Scorpion 1731.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Farmer radar, have your details, you are identified. It's a traffic service with traffic information due to limited radar performance, 40430.
Okay, your readability strength 3. Try again with the score for Golf November Yankee.
Golf November Yankee 40430.
0420, just confirm Golf November Yankee readability strength 2.
Golf November Yankee negative 40430.
Leaving altitude.
0303, Roger, keep getting it.
Southern radar, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, radio check. Strength 1, we'll try to call you back in a moment. How interesting is that?
Descend altitude 3000 feet, Jersey, 2 kilo uniform. Golf Alpha November Yankee, Cedar, any controlled airspace, home navigation, Bravo India Alpha, at altitude 4000 feet, QNH 1008.
Clear to enter controlled airspace, on track, Bravo India Alpha, navigation, 2000 feet, Golf November Yankee.
November Yankee negative, clear to enter controlled airspace at altitude 4000 feet.
And we can negative 4000 due, we're negative 50, Golf November Yankee.
November Yankee, return, remain outside controlled airspace.
Remain outside controlled airspace, Golf November Yankee. Okay, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to track VFR to Hangtsbury Head. Doesn't look like they can give me vectors unless I climb up above Southampton's inbound traffic. So I'm just descending to 1500 to remain OCAS. I'm tracking Hangtsbury Head. And a Golf November Yankees aiming for Hangtsbury Head.
Golf November Yankee, Roger. I will have your details passed before the first time. Are you transfer that frequency?
Yeah, no problem. Golf November Yankee. It's just some little TCUs around, and obviously we haven't got flight into known icing, so couldn't do the 4000, sorry about that.
Golf Yankee, George, I can't unfortunately accept you into controlled airspace on IFR clearance anything less than 4000. Well, I can, but then I'd have to stop my departure.
Yeah, we understand. Golf November Yankee.
The flight will also obviously request vector CRS, and once you close this, then they may well be able to provide that for you.
Yeah, it's no problem. The weather looks good for VFR. We just thought we'd practice the ILS approach.
Roger, understood.
Route 2, Bournemouth information, X-ray, at time 1450, runway in use, 26, airfield information, transition level, light level 75, taxiway guard closed. Set wind 290 degrees 17 knots. Varying between 2.
So what's just happened is, because of, as I expected, Solent wouldn't let us through Southampton's airspace because of the departures.
Jersey 3 Mike Hotel, turn left heading 300 degrees left base, 14 track miles from touchdown.
That's heading 300, Jersey 3 Mike Hotel.
Golf November Yankee, retain the score.
Leaving altitude.
2,000 feet outside controlled airspace, Bournemouth heavy details, contact Bournemouth radar 119.475, bye bye.
Okay, remaining outside controlled airspace, remain the score 119.475 for Bournemouth, Golf November Yankee, bye bye.
Bournemouth radar, Golf Bravo, Uniform Fox, Golf Hotel.
Golf Bravo, Uniform Fox Hotel, Bournemouth radar, good afternoon. Report leaving the zone.
Golf Fox, Golf Hotel.
Bournemouth radar, good afternoon. Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, we are a DR40 information X-ray on track Hangsbury Head, just north-northeast of Needle.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Bournemouth, good afternoon. I've got your details. And just confirm you happy to make a VFR join then from Hangsbury.
Yep, Southampton was too busy, and we're just below the base of a CB at the moment, so we're 1,500 feet on track, and we're glad to do a VFR join.
Golf November Yankee, roger. Basic service and ASM report approaching Hangsbury to enter the zone, not above 2,000 feet VFR. Bournemouth QNH 1009er. November Yankee, clear to land, runway 26, surface wind 290 degrees 15, gusting 26 knots.
Clear to land, runway 26, Golf November Yankee.
Sierra Echo, change of direction, make it left hand circuit, please.
Hand circuit, Golf Sierra Echo. Bournemouth Tower, good afternoon. This is Golf Tango Alpha Mike India. DA40 CTS with information X-ray QNH 1009. Request taxi.
Tango Alpha Mike India, Bournemouth Tower QNH is correct. Taxi to holding point November, runway 26.
Taxi holding point November 426. Golf Tango Alpha Mike India.
Golf Mike India, I've got information at the end of the strip to say you're an ILS at Exeter. Are you landing away?
Negative, just missed approach. Golf Mike India.
Golf November Yankee is the wind.
Wind 290 degrees 11 knots.
Bournemouth Tower, this is Golf Delta Zulu Kilo Yankee, Diamond DA40 at CTS with information X-ray, QNH 1009 for start clearance.
Golf Delta Zulu Kilo Yankee, Bournemouth Tower, start approved, QNH correct.
Start approved, Golf Delta Zulu Kilo Yankee. Golf Sierra Echo left downwind for touch and go.
Golf Sierra Echo, you're number 2 at the moment, report ready for base leg.
Number 2, report ready for base, Golf Sierra Echo.
Golf November Yankee, vacate right at Tango.
Right at Tango, Golf November Yankee. We had wind shear at about 200 foot.
Okay, was it a loss or a gain?
It was a loss, Golf November Yankee.
Of how much?
Right to left, and about 100 foot.
Yeah, how many knots of a loss?
15, Golf November Yankee.
Thank you. Golf November Yankee via Mike and Whiskey, taxi to fast.
Mike and Whiskey, taxi to fast, Golf November Yankee. So welcome here to Fast Aviation at Bournemouth International Airport. Just after an hour and 45-minute flight, I'm back on the ground, and I'm now going to travel into town, into Bournemouth, and book myself a coach back to London. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell button if you want to see more videos, and obviously most importantly, don't forget to comment and let me know what you think of the video. Quite a bumpy flight today and lots of learning points in that video, and obviously coming into Bournemouth with gusty crosswinds, it was quite an experience. So some things to work on in the future is crosswinds. Obviously now
I don't know how long the aircraft is going to be on the ground for. It's having its maintenance done in Bournemouth, probably for the next week and a half before it flies back to London and Stapleford Airport. Anyway, I should be creating a website soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm not going to let you know what's going to happen with that yet, so just keep your eyes peeled and watch out for the channel, watch out for the Facebook, the Instagram and the Twitter at #theflyingvlog. Thank you very much, and don't forget to keep up the good support. Cheers.